It's Holistic Harmony Hobby, your holistic peak performance coach, and I have a question for you. Do you find yourself being distracted throughout the day? Do you tell yourself, I got 3 hours to get something done, and then you only end up getting about an hour of work, and then the other times, 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, Instagram, clickbait article, and you just don't end up being as productive as you originally want, and you end up telling yourself, okay, tomorrow will be different, tomorrow will be different. If that sounds like you, then that's pretty much my story. That's been my story. That's what has really stopped me from being as productive and as present, because what I would do is I would take the entire day and say, oh, I got 8 hours to do all of these tasks. So I would sit down and I'd get my whole to-do list. I'd write out all the different things that I had to do, and then I would attack them. And because I felt like I had a long time to do all of these things, I would end up leaving the door open for distractions and would check my phone, would hop on IG, would do all of these things, and I wouldn't end up getting a lot of work done. So it was something that I was introduced to recently called the Pomodoro Technique or the Pomodoro effect. It's a productivity hack that a lot of people have been skeptical about, but has worked wonders for me and it's worked wonders for a lot of people. So I'm going to put you guys on, and quite honestly, I wanted to do this on Instagram Live because there's no editing, there's no nothing. So I just wanted to get on here, spit it really raw, and then upload it as a piece of content. So what is the Pomodoro Technique? It's a technique that you take small little points of your day. So you break up your workday into small segments. I like to call them sprints. Now they can be very different. The technique recommends that you do 25-minute intervals and you take about 5 minutes break in between. And then after those 25 minutes, you take your break and then you keep going. And after around 4 or 5 of those sessions, then you take a longer break, like a 15-minute, 30-minute, whatever feels right. Now, what I've been doing that has really helped me is doing 90-minute sprints. So I'll block out an hour and a half and I put a timer on and I get as much done in that hour and a half as possible. So instead of tackling it as a list, I'll show you guys exactly what it is that I use. Instead of tackling it a to-do list, what I instead do is I put all of these are just projects. So if you can see, these are just different projects that I have going on. And then over here are the deep work sessions, which are 90 minutes. So instead of saying I have to do this, these are the tasks, and attack like a to-do list, you instead put a bunch of projects up on the board and use the time to go at it and do as much as you can. So essentially what you're going to want to do is write down the different projects that you have to do and start attacking them in 45-minute, hour-long, hour and a half, whatever really works for you. But during that time, phones in the other room, you're completely locked in and focused on what it is that you have to do. And afterwards, then you can take your break and then you can enjoy it. So it's a sprint as opposed to understanding that you have all of this time, because before you know it, you say, oh, I have the whole day to get things done. But then you realize that you spent 3 hours doing this, 3 hours doing that, and you've lost time. So this is a great way for you to start being more productive and present. Because here's the thing, it's easy to not be present when you're working on something else and be multitasking and doing a bunch of things. But this allows you to really focus on one project. And let's say you get 45 minutes into one of the sessions. Let's say you decide to do an hour and a half Pomodoro. 45 minutes into one of the sessions, you complete a project. Then you just look at the board of the other projects that you have to do and you start attacking a different project. And what this does is, more than likely, you're not going to finish it completely. And that timer is going to go off, but then you're going to be, part of you is going to say, oh man, you're going to want to ignore the timer and continue working on it. But that's the trick. The trick is to stop, get up, stretch your legs, move around, get some water, and then it gets you excited to actually jump back into the work, because it almost left off on a cliffhanger. It left off on this point where it was just like, oh man, I can't wait to get back to this work. And when you jump back in, now you know you have another 90-minute block, 45-minute block, hour long, however long you want it to be. But the key is to set that timer and work on whatever it is that you have to work on until it's completely done. So this has helped me tremendously in such a big way. I hope that it helps you as well. Once again, it's called the Pomodoro effect. I'm going to be uploading this so you'll see it in the caption. And once again, I just wanted to hop on IG Live and do this live pon direct, because the thing is, a lot of the times I find myself rehearsing when I have to record it. And so this way I just press play, record what I have to say, and then upload it. There's no polishing. It's just real raw, and you get it right here up close and personal. So with that, I love you guys. Let's have a great, phenomenal end of the week. Have an amazing weekend. Let's get this growth. Peace.